And we're live. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. We'll see. I'm going to talk a little bit about Minnesota, what's going on there, ICE, these protests, the amount of fraud that's taking place that no one seems to care about. Is ICE leaving? The shootings that took place. A lot going on there. There always seems to be a lot going on in Minnesota. You had the George Floyd riots in 2020, which was, that was crazy. Every city was pretty much up in arms, chaos. You had people guarding their own shops with AKs, and crazy, crazy times. And it seems like it's bringing us right back to it. These people are crazy, man. You have to come down on them. Trump's finally in office, and they tried putting him in jail. They tried putting all the people that were associated with him in jail. They tried to convict him. They basically went after everyone who was with Trump and in favor of Trump, even if you voted for him or, were associated with him in any type of way. They went after you. And people tend to forget that. People are like, oh, they're avoiding, what about people's rights and what about all this? What about people's rights when, the FBI was knocking at people's doors and busting in their house for just being associated with Trump? And then you got people believing that like these crimes are actually like real. It was crazy. Everyone forgot about that. I didn't forget about it. So now you got Minnesota, there's a lot going on in Minnesota. Hold on, I'm just trying to plug my mic. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. So, I can't stand the news. I can't watch it. It's hard to watch. Everything is so liberal nowadays, and I hate to be that guy, but it's just so true. It really is. Any commercial, movie, show, Netflix, literally watch. Just tonight or today or whatever. You'll see what I'm talking about if you pay attention. It's filled with interracial couples. The white guy's dumb. Someone like a minority always is the main character and always wins, or they're LGBTQ or whatever. It's everywhere, and the amount of hate white people will get, but it's not racist because we're white. Pisses me off. It really pisses me off. But let's take a look. I like listening to a couple different people. I like seeing both sides. So I do watch, sometimes I watch different news outlets' perspective on what happened and what went down. But when I want to get information and I agree with about 95% of the time is, Nick Fuentes. He can't go wrong. So let's see what he got to say about it.
He is totally capitulating and totally surrendering and totally backing down. I'm going to read through. This is a series of developments since the weekend. First and foremost, Trump says that ICE is withdrawing from Minneapolis after the killing. This is from the New York Times. It says, quote, Gregory Bovino, the Border Patrol official in charge of President Trump's on-the-ground immigration enforcement in Minneapolis, is expected to leave the city, according to 2 U.S. officials. Some of the federal agents in the city are also expected to begin leaving on Tuesday, Mayor Jacob Frey of Minneapolis said after a phone call on Monday with President Trump. After 2 days of blowback over the shooting and his own attacks on the victim, Mr. Trump struck a more cooperative tone on Monday, first by dispatching Tom Homan to the state and then describing in a social media post a good call with Governor Tim Walz, whom he had also blamed for the shooting. He said that they had been on a similar wavelength. So they're pulling out their top guy. Do you know what that is? That's a scalp. That's what that is. Trump got everybody all ramped up. We're going into Chicago. We're going into New York. We're going to deport everybody. If you are illegal, you are going back. It is not negotiable. Take your plane ticket or we will remove you. Remember all that tough talk a year ago? Remember when Tom Homan said in January, we're coming to Chicago. We're coming to every major. You better pack your bag. Remember that? They got everybody all jazzed up. And you got Stephen Miller and Tom Homan and Greg Bovino beating their chest on TV, defending the actions and the policy of the administration. Greg Bovino became a symbol of ICE brutality. It's all over social media, on Instagram, on TikTok. They find this guy. I'm talking about the left-wing agitators. They find this guy, whether he's in Target, at a gas station, at a restaurant, and they surround him and they shove their phones in his face and they threaten to fight him and they scream at him and swear at him. And he is a representative as a white male, as a gruff, older, tough white guy of ICE brutality, of nativism, white supremacy, Trumpism. Now, after this protester gets killed, Trump yanks him out of the city. That is a scalp for the left. That's a victory. You have handed them a severed head on a silver platter. You've said, please, we surrender. Here's our sacrificial offering. Now, what do you think this does? If you're some piece of shit progressive that is in Minneapolis, this is a victory. You go out and say, we did it. Keep the pressure up. The sacrifice of Renee Good and the other guy will not be in vain. It's working. We're chasing ICE out of the city. We're chasing Border Patrol out. We're escalating. We're laying down our lives. This is like the resistance. That stupid bitch on Twitter, she said, remember in Star Wars when they said the resistance will be remembered for generations? This is how they think of this. And in a word, what this does is it emboldens them. It's like I said the other night, this is a confidence game. It's a war. It's a game. And it has a lot to do with confidence. You have emboldened them. You have just given them the realization that if they keep showing up, you will back down. You will make concessions. You will retreat. If we chase ICE, if we make their jobs hell, if we get in their face, they will make mistakes. If we show up in the streets, if we put pressure on Target and Marriott and all the brands that are involved in this in one way or another, they will blink. They will back down. And if you think you're winning, you make more sacrifices. You push harder. If you think the chi of the battle is on your side, you're going to keep pushing. That is what Trump has now invited. Not only this, Greg Bovino gets yanked. Then Trump undercuts him and says openly, well, we're going to back down. Also from the Times, it says, quote, President Trump said on Tuesday, quote, we're going to de-escalate a little bit when it comes to his immigration crackdown in Minneapolis. The president also acknowledged the aggressive tactics of Gregory Bovino, the Border Patrol official known for his confrontational style who was pulled out of Minneapolis. In an interview with Fox News, Trump described him as a pretty out there kind of guy. He said, in some cases, it's good. Maybe it's not good here. On Capitol Hill, the top 3 House Democrats came out in support of an effort to impeach Kristi Noem. Republicans were also critical. Senator Thom Tillis of North Carolina told reporters Ms. Noem should be fired. Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska struck a similar note. It's over, okay? You gave up. You gave the game away. Not only do you give the left a scalp, but you undercut your own guy. Now, what does this do for your own side? So you have just told the left, if the left pushes really, really hard, if they lay down their lives, we will bitch. We will eventually back out. We will withdraw. We will surrender. What have you told your own side? You've told your own side, if you make a mistake, if you make an error, I will not have your back. I will pull you out. I will put you on the bench, and then I'll throw you under the bus in the media. So what does this do to the psychology of the ICE officers? You're asking ICE officers to go and fight these animals and potentially die, potentially get shot in the face. They're being put in an impossible situation. They go out there, they're being chased, they're being harassed, they're being overwhelmed. Protesters are blowing whistles. It's a confusing, dangerous environment when you can't hear, when you can't see. You got people running up to you, confronting you. And now what you have is doubt, hesitancy, reluctance, second guessing. If you're an ICE agent, okay, we're in the freezing cold in Minneapolis. We're chasing these beaners. I happen to be a beaner, so I can say that. We're chasing these beaners around. We're chasing the beans. These shithead radicals get in the streets, blowing their whistles. They're armed with assault rifles, running up on you. You start to wonder, well, if I kill this guy, I'm going to live, but what's going to happen to me? Am I going to get hanged? Am I going to be investigated? Am I going to be prosecuted for murder? Is Trump going to have my back? If I don't shoot this guy, I might die right now. So what does this do to the average ICE agent? They're demoralized. They're less willing to do their job. I'm not going to show up to Spring Hill Suites in Marriott, a $150 a night hotel, where I'm going to be watching outside my window as a mob of people is formed to dox and kill me, and then go out in the freezing cold in my car, get chased around in a dangerous high-speed chase by radicals, then try to do my duty, have armed people confronting me.
Yeah. I mean, he's right. Trump literally ran on that. He ran on getting all illegal immigrants out of the country. And I guarantee, literally, all the people that voted for him still want that. That's part of the reason they voted for him. And now he's just backing out. I mean, I hope that's not true. If it is, though, that doesn't show strength. It doesn't show strength at all. That shows that if you get a little backlash, a little backlash, you're just letting them win. You should have come down hard on all, double down and go down hard. Like, dude, what are you in the office for? Honestly, that is ridiculous, man. Shit kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's see. I remember this was just such a big deal and a big argument. And it always seems to come back to illegal immigration. Honestly, what would be... I had this kid say to me on Facebook, he was taking video of the ICE protest going on, and I just commented a couple thumbs downs, and he commented back, he's like, something about, oh, this isn't your land, what happened with your European ancestors took this land and all that. Literally, you know nothing about history. if you think that wasn't the case for literally the entire world and everyone that lived in it. And the thing about that is we literally built this country. We built this country. Our ancestors that came in from wherever, Ireland, Italy, Germany, wherever, somewhere over there in Europe, literally built the United States of America. And we're just giving it away, it seems like. And it's funny that this stuff happens, especially when the amount of fraud that was revealed. It's crazy.
Every one of these people should be denaturalized. I don't care what paperwork they have. It should be reversed. It should be ripped up and shredded. They should be put in a military cargo plane and crash it into the ocean. Crash it into Somalia. I don't care what you do with these people. Give them a parachute and throw them out of the back of the plane. Fuck them. Every single one of them that is involved in this. This is a hostile action. What kind of people are they? Think about that. Think about how evil you have to be. This country rescues you. We saved you. You could have been beheaded and scalped and skinned alive in your country. Now you're in Minnesota. People roll out the red carpet because we're nice, liberal society. You come here, you steal from us, we catch you with your hand in the cookie jar, you say, well, you better not investigate or else you're racist. They should be hanged. The government, forget even about deportation. These people should be given the death penalty. They should be arrested and they should be given the death penalty for this, for humiliating our country, for betraying our country. What kind of people tolerates this? What kind of people does this to a country? What kind of people tolerates this from another people? This is what Democrats are protecting. This is what these radical left shitheads are protecting. Trump gets elected to investigate stuff like this. He goes there and you have white people throwing themselves in front of it. You think the Somalians are going to be holding a funeral for Alex Pretty, Renee Good? No, that's only stupid white people. It's only stupid, weak white people that are going to die for these invaders and that are going to throw funerals for the white martyrs that die for the invaders. The invaders are laughing all the way to the bank.
The worst. The worst.
And again, you say, what is the alternative? Either you deport all of them, and yeah, some people are going to die, or this is what we have to tolerate forever. More of this forever. More people pouring into the cities that hate us, more people using machine Democrat politics to steal from us until eventually there is no more wealth. That's really the story. They take over California, they take over Minnesota, they take over New York, they take over every single state with their clannish, pro-immigrant identity politics. They loot the state with wealth taxes, with property taxes, all kinds of new taxes. Like Zohran Mamdani said, we're going to tax the white neighborhoods more to pay for busing and meals and them government programs and all this until you know what's going to happen eventually. There's going to be no more white people. Nobody's going to be working because who wants to work to have the product of your labor stolen? And then once you have stolen all the wealth that's already been created, then there's no more wealth. We're not producing any more wealth, and there is no more wealth. And then where does that leave us? It leaves us a minority in a failing, poor country with nothing that will be blamed for everything. Then you're South Africa. That's your story. We are outnumbered by non-whites. They tax us. They expropriate all of our stuff through fraud, through guilt tripping, minority-owned businesses, all this kind of stuff. Fewer white people, fewer producers, More extraction means eventually there's no more wealth. And one day your grandkids wake up, they're a minority in a country that hates them, blames them for all the problems.
You don't go to school. You don't shop. Remember, all of these things are tied into capitalism. It is.
Oh my God.
The movement of students, researchers, seasonal and highly skilled workers.
Fuck, did these people give
And this
me
is also
power?
why we are launching the first.
And you know what? The worst part about it is, Trump is supposedly the guy, and he's finally in power. And God, man,
First EU legal gateway
frustrating as
office
hell.
in India.
And then we got weak people.
It will
like
be
this
a once.
in Europe, literally like. This has got to be like some New World Order type stuff, because it really doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. All right, guys, I'm out of here.